What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Your boy Ace back with another gameplay video. So as you guys can see, man, on the screen, we're jumping right back into some Tales of Arise. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So if you guys have been paying attention to this playthrough of Tales of Arise, I am now on the planet, or should I say the city of Lenegis. So this is the hometown of Alphen, Shionne, and Dohalim. Alright, so we are now on Lenegis. We're trying to put a stop to the Renans once and for all. You know, they've been having the Dahnans on this slavery type of thing, you know, for many years now, and we're gonna put a stop to them once for all, man. So hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Smash that thumbs up button if you guys do appreciate the content, and turn that bell on for post notifications so you guys are aware of when I do upload these fire ass videos, man. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the storyline, guys. All right, so let's check the field guide here. Let's look at the activity records just to give you guys a brief description of currently where I am in the game. So the party arrives at last in Lenegis, the airborne symbol of Rena's subjugation of Dahna for the last 300 years, hoping to uncover the Rena's Alma there and find the Red Woman. Alphen and his compatriots venture their way to a mysterious part of the city only sovereigns are allowed into, the Forbidden Zone. So yeah, man, when we fought that black hooded guy that looked kind of like Alphen, back on Dahna, you know, we ran into this lady who had, you know, she was very silent. She stood by that dude that we kicked, that we beat up, and there's this sort of like this device called the Rena's Alma. So it's a big mystery around the Rena's Alma, what it's for. So we're gonna uncover the truth behind that lady, and which the team calls the Red Woman. She's called the Red Woman and the Rena's Alma, and we're gonna figure out and get to the bottom of what's been happening on planet Rena and this city here by the name of Lenegis. So hope you guys are having an amazing day once and for all, man. Let's see if we could wrap this game up. Well, the main storyline, that is, I know there's a lot of post-game content for the game, so, you know, I'm gonna get into that after I finish the storyline, so let's go.
I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Dahnan city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman. What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Alright, leave it up to Dohalim to, you know, make common sense out of the situation. There's a lot of skits in Tales of Arise, man. You gotta love it.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
He said if there's any special training to master. That's funny.
Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alphen and Law all of a sudden? I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
Oh man, leave it up to Tails to have these funny skits.
Blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Oh man, your boy Alphen in law is mocking Dohalim. Well, probably not mocking, but trying to, you know, be that intimidating, being as intimidating as Dohalim. That's funny.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, their sovereign's up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dahna.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron.
Yeah, Volron was the name of the black hooded guy that we defeated on Dahna. He had the red woman with him at the time we encountered him during that fight, and they awakened the Renis Alma. It looks like a orb, like a futuristic orb with spinning circles around it, if I could remember. But let's continue.
Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Dahnans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dahna, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Alright, so this is like a side quest, I think, that we just unlocked. Not sure if it's a part of the main... Oh, well, no, it's actually a part of the main quest. Okay. Like, we've been talking to all these Renans since we've got here. It's been a lot of talking. You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency Erwolsi Teldelsi. Teldilis? You probably know him better as Lord Balsif. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldelis doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit it. Yes. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in crown contests aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. Yes. I owe so much to His Excellency. I could never dream of serving any other lord. Well, little does he know, we defeated Balsif back on Dahna.
Had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's...
Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Alright, so you want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing? Oh, we read that already. Never mind. Alright. So it looks like...
position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Yeah, Balsif was a big brute when we encountered him, but it looks like he had like a sort of a likable side when it came to those who followed him. Alright, let's see what she has to say. Lord Dohalim, you have returned. Ah, I see you've brought aides with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must. Yes? Not only do I support House Ilkaras, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. Ahem. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilkaras, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Man, this girl seems to be a real fan of Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts is his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture. Why, the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Oh my god, this lady is crazy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Huff, huff. Well, what did you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete. This girl is a groupie. She's like a next level groupie, yo.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then. Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Alright, this was the guy we helped out in the previous video. We don't want to go back to the takeout departure area. So we got one more person to talk to. This lady over here, she's still casting magic to heal somebody. Alright, let's see, man. This is the last guy here. Well, I never. To think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyries? What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or the dreadful Lord Almedria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served House Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support the Dahna belt behind the scenes so he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dahna and expand our horizons. That way we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dahna's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. Why do parents always love to live through their children?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Dahnans?
Yeah, it looks like all these lords that we defeated on Dahna, they all had a nice side to them. Go figure. And had a, you know, actually a following of people who saw nothing bad in them. Except for being a little bit strict, but... Alright, so... where do we have to go? Find the entrance to the Forbidden Zone. Talk to the people who support the lords. Alright, so I think we've spoken to everyone, right? Okay, I think we gotta go down here. Alright, let's find this entrance so we can get into this Forbidden Zone. But you know me, man. Y'all know me. I check every area of every part of the map to make sure I'm not forgetting any items. That's the Rena's Alma right there, guys. Like a big ball of white light. Alright, so it looks like we got a lot more people to talk to. Two more people.
District we went through.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kyneris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almedria. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almedria quashed the doubts of any naysayers, though sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almedria is a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon, the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. Alright, so this woman, she supported Almedria, that bitch.
Her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That
Yeah.
doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy is like freaking on his knees for this lady. Authorized personnel. We don't end up getting past here, don't worry. Alright, so we got one more person. Let's see what this person is saying. As a member of the upper caste, I order you to find a route out of here to the neighboring districts. Please, no. You can't expect an old man such as me to do that. Not when there are Zookas running loose in a part of the town. That's exactly why I need you to do this. Surely you do intend to defy me now, do you? Oh, these people are freaking assholes on Lenegis. Alright. Old man, what you gotta say? Or should I say elder?
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Voron. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Orogil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death, down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Orogil is true Waterlord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident, like they say. As for how... Yo, his sound effects is crazy. As for how Voron runs... Guys, I'm trying to match his facial expressions to the words, so bear with me. As for how Voron runs Ganeth Harros, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this? House Ignissery of his... Anyway... I'd never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to the lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense, not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people? Oh, this man is vexed. He's
Seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Renwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shionne and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Alright, so we got a lot of life lessons here. Hey, we got some SP and some money. So yeah, we're learning that regardless if you're a Danan or a Renan, you could still be an asshole, man, or you could be a nice person, but those lords, they still did terrible things, and I think they got the punishment that they deserved. In life, as a human being, no matter what you are, you have choices to make.
Something I just don't get.
What is it?
You have choices to make, and whether your choices be good or bad, you know, it comes with consequences. So let's continue.
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
I'm saying, yeah, man, there's too much talking going on, yo. Can we, like, get to where we're going already? After we find these items that might be in these areas? I'm curious to see how this game ends, man.
Doe?
Doe? Oh, is this the
Varia.
girl? Oh god, yes it is.
Varia? Isn't
Yeah.
that the person that Avakir guy was...
Yeah, duh.
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dahna already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Dahnan rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
What the hell? What the hell did he do?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
What the hell? Bro, what did you do that's so bad that this lady wants you dead? What did you do that is so bad?
That's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
When a woman's fed up. Yeah, this woman is angry as shit. Oh, it's the red woman. I mean, a demon. Satan. Why is her eye so black? Alright.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me.
What the hell did
Some
you do,
things are
bro?
best left unsaid.
What left us? Nah, we need to hear everything right now if you're gonna continue traveling with us. What the hell did he do? Alright guys, let's continue, man. Gotta make sure I check every area for these treasure chests. They got people putting out fires.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dahna, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Ptarmigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her
hell
go on
no!
hating you.
You gotta tell
So
that
she
girl
could
the
use that
truth,
hate as a
bro.
crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Dahnans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shionne's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
This man holds a lot on his heart. Bro, it is not your fault. Your friend played dirty. You bodied him in the crown contest. It's not your fault he's dead, bro.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shionne. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh boy, who's this spine? Is this his other friend? Yeah, Faria we just met.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
Hold that thought, Shionne. Yeah, that guy that we just saw, Lurkin, that probably was the second dude, or the third dude, I should say, that was a part of Dohalim's team of musicians. Because remember, he bodied one in the tournament. This guy here, spying on them, is number 3. Guy number 3. And then you got Faria, which was the 4th person in the group. So, yeah. Why is he spying on us? Anyways, let's continue.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say... thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Alright, so I'm just running around town, making sure I'm not forgetting any treasure chests or anything. You never know. I've been finding a lot of gels lately for health, but you never know if we might just pass a chest that holds something more important. This man Law is still mentioning the ranch. Guys, I got a ranch on Dahna where I'm currently raising animals.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Oh, facts. Oh, looks like they...
So much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they've got one. It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
Oh my god, why is he hitting me like this? Oh.
That's my cue.
Shut him down. I'm not done.
Glacial spear.
Take this. Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Another incantation ruin.
You're mine! Ignite! Dragon Form! Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine! Glacial
You're
Spear!
mine!
Here's evil!
Try harder!
Here's a hero!
The flame inside is yours to be let free! You're on! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Front!
I'm ready!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
You're mine! Front!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Rising Wyvern! You're mine!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Now! Take this! New escape! Tear!
Mine!
Mirage! Hit
This
time!
one's mine!
You're mine! It's over! Take this! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Say no more. All right, let's go.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
Probably.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Alright, well, they were no match. Platinum Dog Tag 3, Lustrous Astral Crystal 2. Alright, we got some, seems like very important items just a while ago. Alright, this place is a maze. Let me continue straight and see what we could find. Oh boy, what the hell is that? Great gel. Alright, let's save because it's been a while since we've saved. And let's continue.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Dragon Form!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
I owe you one. Stardust! Lunar Rondo! Soaring Light Spear!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and pummeling to me.
New escape! Burn! Rising
Another
Wyvern!
incantation ruined.
You're on! Take this! I'm not done!
Sorry,
Wyvern!
You do the same for me.
Take this! Here I come!
By the power of water.
New escape!
A whirling struggle. Flame of fury. Burning
Sword of
down.
Alphen!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Sword of
Dragon
Alphen!
red. Cyclone.
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
You're
regeneration!
mine! I'm not done!
Regenerate!
Lunar Rondo! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! I owe you one! It's on!
This!
Plasma Shock!
Burning.
You're on! Eat this!
I never miss.
I'm ready! New it's my turn!
Confiscated.
Dragon form!
A whirling struggle.
Elusive deity! Back to the blade!
First story.
On your knees! No escape! This time!
Too much to handle.
Ignite!
Do it.
Rending you apart!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
I'm gonna take a crack at this thing. I'm gonna take a crack at it. Is this a regular enemy?
Out of our way. Tempest World.
You're mine!
Still out here. Ice Prison. I think I'll pass on the handshake. Haley Road.
Escape! Lunar Rondo! Flying light spear! Pile driver! Hurricane Storm! Eagle Ray! You're on! In a bind!
Freeze Lancer.
Dragon Swarm! Slash! Time to let it rip! Slash! Try this! Infernal Torrent!
Confiscated.
Blast the shot!
Flame of Fury. Raging
You're
Storm.
mine!
Glacial
Strike!
Spear.
This one's all mine! Stunner!
Freeze Lancer.
Catapult! Hurricane Storm! You're on!
In here. Healing Circle. More for the sacrifice.
Tornado Drive! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Eagle Ray! Lunar Rondo!
Holy Land.
You're on! Burn it down on the ground! Dragon Sword! Blast Shock! I'll blind you with a shot!
Magic I never miss.
No
In here.
escape!
I'll be saving
I owe you one.
annihilation.
Lunar Rondo! Sword up! Bestow thy mystic mercy! Struck! Hurricane Slash!
Not on my watch.
Lunar Rondo!
Burning
Soaring light physics time! You're on! Eat this! Can't get out of this! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Rending you apart! Bloody howling! You're mine! Onward! I'll smash you! Here I come! Dragon Seismic Rupture! Sword Lance on the way! There! Struck! Penumbra! Lunar Rondo! Soaring Light Spear!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Radiant Pierce.
Shot! Radiant Light!
Out of that
Force of Regeneration! Hurricane Thrust!
Lightning
Stun up! Force
Used too much.
Try burn!
Thanks. Just what I had.
Ready and ready! Armor won't save you! Down on the ground! Hurricane Thrust again! Soaring Light Spear!
I never miss. Feel.
You're on! Dragon Swarm!
Rage.
Rising Wyvern! It's over!
Raging Storm.
Elusive deity! Eagle together! Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Here, let me help. First aid.
Hurricane Thrust! Take it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Woo! Y'all saw me take that shit out?
The energy for healing
Let's
arts.
go. I went ham on that shit. Oh my god.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I see one, eh?
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Dragon Swarm! Blast the shock! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here I come!
You're nearly done for.
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! I'm not done! Swallow Blade! I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Here I
Now!
am ready.
Take this! Elusive deity!
Wind after
Lunar enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that.
Take this! I'm ready! Can't move!
Demons descend!
Flashing fang!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
This should do it!
Freeze lancer!
Hurricane Blast! Soaring right spear! Rending you all!
Do it!
Trigger!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Say no more!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
They really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn! Can you take it?
None to...
Burn in hell! Damn it! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Illuminate the danger! Holy Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous! Confiscated! Sealed! In here! Take that! More of that burn! Thunderblade! Blah, blah, blah.
Burn in hell!
I'm out of ammo! I'm all stuck!
This should do it!
Do it!
Dragon Swarm! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
With this, I can become even stronger!
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Little help!
Hurricane
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Can't get out of this! Lunarongo! Soaring light spear!
Bring you down.
Hurricane Thrust! Lunarongo! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Slash! Seismic Russia! You're mine! Capture it! Tear! Lunarongo! Not today! You'll pay for that! Lunarongo! Hurricane Thrust! Void Blast!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Bloody Howl! Dragon Swarm! Not yet! Rising Light! Negative gate! I'm not done!
By the power of flame!
This one... Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Elusive Deity! Lunarongo!
Radiant Pierce!
Your mother flame inside is yours to be let free!
Get the wing! Here!
Elusive Deity!
More projectile! Into the shadow!
Armor won't save me! In a bind! Strike!
That'll bring you down!
Dragon Swarm! You with a shot!
I won't give up!
I couldn't make it in time. Rising Wyvern! Not today!
Winds of heaven! First ready to go!
Slice down on the ground!
Escaping!
Take this! Shattering angel rays!
This is some punishment.
Take this! Let's try harder! Tear! Vacuum blade! I'll smash you! Strike! Try harder! Now! Sovereign Alpha! Vacuum blade! Rising Wiper! This one's all mine! Hurricane Thrust! Burn! Lunar Rondo! Thrust! Mirage!
Water, hear my call! Rise and red! Give up!
Here I come!
No more playing nice!
Anything in armor is all mine!
I won't give up!
Now you see what I can do!
Go get him!
Demon Red!
Light Astro I can get some punishment! Dance in the wind!
Strike!
Air thrust!
Far enough!
Do it! A whirling struggle! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm not gonna lie, the monsters in this place are freaking.
Anyone else think this might be a
Woo,
touch
they're a
too
good
dangerous?
challenge.
Ridwell.
They are a good challenge. I'm not even gonna lie. Alright, so this obviously is the right way to go, but if I go this way, let's save because I'm running out of like items, healing items, so we definitely have to save.
Fall back to regroup and try again later.
Alright, let's leave the video here for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in with your boy. Man, I'm getting a shitload of training going on right now, but we're going to make our way to the Forbidden Zone, man. As always, appreciate all the love and support. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Turn that bell on post notifications so you guys are aware of when I do upload these fire-ass gameplay videos, man. Your boy Ace signing off. I'll see you guys in the next Tales of Arise gameplay playthrough. Peace out.